Hi, very good evening to you. It's Gene from maverickstar Observatory. Guys, I'm going to show you some of the comments we get. Look, we've had 44 comments on a video we done yesterday about Earth Elf at a glance. And, you know, we're being obviously shadow banned by YouTube, as well as them using multiple tools to, you know, stop me speaking. I'm sure they'd love to stop me breathing as well. But look at what this urine sample is talking about. In fact, there's two of them, maybe even the same account, maybe artificial intelligence. It says, so where is Kendall, Gene? Where is Jeff from Australia? They don't exist. Neither does your observatory. You have no observatory. You use cheap electronic hobby boxes which run on AAA batteries. There's no costs to run anything, only batteries. There is no glacial period coming either. Your channel has been brought up for discussion on Randall Carson's channel, who has called you a massive fraud, and this is from a real expert. I don't even know who Randall Carlson is, but I'll say this, right? I have credentials. You can check with my university that I studied. You know, I have showed you the electronics which I have built myself. I have told you that it took 2 years to build and program a certain type of equipment, the Trimag system that we've got, and yet we still deal with people like this. And the question is, are they real people? Do they work for GCHQ or the governments around the world? Is this part of, you know, a discrediting tool that is being used so that people don't, you know, support what we do here at the observatory? You know, I could go on and on and on and on. You know, I see comments like this every single day, and they're hideous. They have no supporting truth whatsoever. It is just a tool to make me look bad. Why do I bring it to you? Because I want you to understand what time we're in right now. We're back in the 1920s, where freedom of expression, the thought to have critical analysis on any given subject, has gone. You're not allowed it anymore. And I'm probably one of the last living souls on this planet that is showing you this, and you should pay attention to that. And I really hope you have got your preps up to scratch, because if you haven't, you know, time is short and you need to get them sorted. It's a joke. You know, Alex Hon Con has got no subscribers. And we know who Greta Thunberg is. This is the Australian queer reporter that has an hard-on for just causing fucking mischief on not just this channel, but lots of channels. I'll tell you, this little queer goes round picking on suspicious observers, David Devine, any channel like ours that talk about, you know, the unusual anomalies that are taking place with our planet. That queer there, Greta Thunberg, knows who he is. He got fired from his job for trying it on with a guy that weren't gay. Oh, I could do a fucking whole series of videos on this guy. He knows who he is. He's the guy that we sent out a magnetometer to, and he fucking had it fucked up by someone that didn't know what they was doing with electronics, and then tried to reprogram it with the basic instructions and sent it back to me as though it was authenticated. You know what? And we spotted it straight away, what he'd done. And this is what we deal with. You know what? You've got freaks out there. There's that Brian freak out there who is obviously, if you watch one of his videos, mentally fucking ill. He is off the chart. And, you know, in my view, he should be incarcerated right now, because it would be in the public interest and the public safety if he was. But you know what? That guy is walking around his streets just waiting for that moment, for him to trigger off that anger that he's got within inside him on somebody else, and it will happen. You know what? I don't mind him taking it out on me right now. Let him. You know what? He's leaving somebody else completely alone. So let him rip me for that. And I want to say, for anyone that has a problem with me, you know what? You do not know me. Because if you did, you'd understand that I work always for the good and the light. That's all I'm going to say. And if you think otherwise, you're wrong. You know what? There's no monetization on my videos. I've not presented you with a shop where you can buy merchandise off me. I'm profiting from this in no way at all. And I rely, admittedly, on donations. And the nice thing about that is it's not mandatory. It's down to the individual person to make a donation if they feel compelled to. And you know what? I have to put up with this crap, this bullshit of these freaks or this artificial intelligence that's running right now down on me. As well as, being demonetized for talking about truth. And you know why all this is? I'll tell you why all this is. It's because I'm credible. They know I've got credentials in science. They know I use accurate equipment, and they don't like it because I present to the general public freely information they can't normally access. And that, in this day and age, is a big problem for them. Because however can they pass their narratives with CO2, with climate change, with support for war? They can't. Without, somebody saying, this is wrong, and that's me. This is wrong, what you're seeing in this day and age. You know what? I've got a tool for you guys today. And it doesn't cost you nothing to do. Okay? It's called insurrection and disobedience. Because it's those two things that brought down the British Empire in India. We couldn't handle it. And it's the same thing that happened to the Soviet Empire in Eastern Europe. Disobedience and insurrection. That's all you have to do, is to say, fuck off. I'm not complying with your crap. Go to fucking hell. Yeah? And you'll win. This is what brought down the movement of those two empires. The British Empire, the Soviet Empire. And you know what? This is being spoken by one of the Saudi princes today. He's saying to the people in Gaza, don't fight. Don't use Hamas, don't support them because it's filthy. And he's also saying is, you know what? Israel, you committed so many war crimes over the years. What you're doing is wrong. Stop it. So he's not supporting anyone. What he's saying to the people that are being oppressed in Gaza is be disobedient, be insurrectional, and you'll win. Don't take up arms. Just don't comply. That's my advice as well, guys. You know what? When I heard him talking these words, I thought, oh my God, there's a guy that speaks a lot of logic, and he's obviously carrying a lot of wisdom behind him. And that's all you need to do to bring down the system that we've got today. Those two things: insurrection, disobedience. With regards to these jerk-offs that think, you know what, my time is worth nothing. Oh my God, I say to them, if you have a job and you're not living off, which I am absolutely certain they don't have a job, because, you know, with their logical reasoning, you know, there's no way they could ever be employed by, you know, a respectful company. My advice for them is fucking wake up. Wake up to the world in which you are in right now. Because if you're going to go after good, decent human beings like me, then you know you're already scraping the bottom of the barrel. And after that, there's nothing left. So get a life. Get a life. This is where we are right now, guys, with people like this. Well, they think I don't see their comments. They're probably the sort of people that are going to get a thrill that I've even mentioned their stupid comments in this video. You know what? I really don't know what to say. You know what? I tried to... up until now, we've kept this observatory free for everybody, and it's never been mandatory for anyone to support it. These people think I should work for nothing, I should sell my car, and, you know, give even probably, they would be happy if I give blood right to the last point. Yeah, almost on the verge of passing out. That's what these individuals believe I should do, because they've got no brains. I'm hoping, you know, that maybe we've got just a few more people out there that are willing to write sensible comments in support of what we do, because that's what should be happening right now. For God's sakes, have you not seen we're not demonetized? We can't put adverts on this to raise money. I'm not interested in selling you a t-shirt that you already don't need, or a baseball cap, or a bumper sticker that just makes you look stupid. For God's sakes, wake up, people. You know, support the people that you should be supporting, and to hell with the rest of them. You know, I could easily mention names, and I could tell you why I could mention them names. But I'm not coming out of my corner right now, fighting at this moment. I'm not going to bother. You know what? If you can't see what's going on right now with this channel and with YouTube and other alternative media platforms, then you're blind and you was never meant to know. And what I suggest to you, if you're one of those people that are blinded, yeah, is that God hates you right now, and he never intended you to find people like me. Okay? You was never ever meant to find people like me, because you need to look in the mirror and examine yourself, and you'll realise why you was never meant to find people like me. You were never meant to meet good, decent, honest human beings in your life, perhaps, because you was condemned from the moment you opened your first eyes. I don't care what you think about what I've just said. I know it's pretty point blank. Yeah, I don't care. You know what? How do you think I feel? You know, for years helping people, ending up with comments like this that was done 17 hours ago, and not one of my subscribers have put this person right. So it shows me no one is in my corner. You know what? When I look at how much support we've raised for this channel, there is no support there either. So you don't deserve any of this shit. And you know what? Don't be surprised if I change the whole fucking thing at the end of the month, because I am fucked off to the fucking point of breaking point with all this bollocks. Hey, I've asked you to fucking support me. You know I'm being attacked by fucking all these other organisations because they want to control what people say. They're going to get off on the fact that I've had a blowout tonight on this channel. They're going to get off on the fact that, well, you know, I've reached to the level where I am coming out now telling people point blank how it is. You know what? We've all got to this point. We've all been put our backs in the corner. You know, we've all said, oh, we can, oh, let's cancel Netflix this week. You know what? We can do without meat on the menu. Let's have a vegetable curry. Fucking hell. How weak are we getting every time we do that? The only godsend is we're not in Gaza tonight. And our taxpayers' money in the West is being spent on bombing the shit out of them. And I don't give a fuck if you're Jewish, if you are Palestinian. I don't. Just stop fucking killing each other. And you know what? You'll live tomorrow. Another day. That's it. Point blank and simple. You know, America has stuck their nose in there trying to raise up fucking tensions with Iran and Lebanon. Of course they're gonna. They've already. Did you know they've already blew up bases in Syria that belong to Iran and Lebanon? Oh, it was needed to be done, said Blinken in the United States. We needed to do this. It was to prevent further fucking hostilities against fucking US bases in the Middle East, which shouldn't even fucking be there in the first place. You know, but America is just a gun factory for the world to use. And look at them. They're also a financial backing system for any a grievance with any country. They will back even both of them. You know, they'll back the freedom fighters and they'll back also the terrorists. We know it. We saw what they parachuted into Iraq for the enemy to fight them back with. Just enough to make it look like a real battle, but not enough to be defeated. You know what you have to realise is that your blood coursing through your veins right now has a price tag on it, and it is expendable. So fucking by all means, please fucking read into Alex Hon fucking Kwan fucking bullshit. You know, believe that what he's talking about is actually our observatory, and then go and suck fucking suspicious observers' cock, right? Because that little prick in the United States not only has used my fucking work and research, yeah, and betrayed every one of them people that have watched these fucking videos, but he has also fleeced you of tens of thousands of pounds. Remember that. And I could mention other people, but I'm going to specially mention him because he deserves a special mention, because he's a fucking horrible person, which people don't fucking understand. So, you know what? I'm not apologising for my profanities in this video. It's fucking needed. It's part of language. It's part of expressing yourself. So, I'm not going to fucking apologise for it. Okay? I'm at fucking breaking point. I have seen how I've been let down by fucking people who I offer a service to in general, freely, who have abused it. Thousands and thousands of people who have abused it. We've had over millions of views over the course of this fucking YouTube channel, and it has led to a fucking complete and utter disaster at this point. And you know what? People soon will realise that they have shortlisted fucking lots of other poor people that couldn't afford it with the measures that we are going to take at the end of this month. Simple as that. You know what? We've got days left. Watch what happens on the next magnetic pole migration. It will not be the same, this channel, again, because of fucking schmuckos like this who write comments like this. You know what? You had your opportunity to support this channel. You know what? If you're truly interested in what's going on in your world, and you should be, because you're a human being on a very special planet that is whizzing round your sun at 70,000 miles an hour, that has changes like the magnetic pole reversal take place on it. You should be interested. But if you're oblivion to all these things, then you know what, please, I welcome you to the door of darkness. There is, for those people which I know don't even tick-tock on my one hand the fingers that I've got on it supporting us, you know, there is the opportunity for you to do that. And if you don't want to, well, you know, it's not going to be long before you come back here and we're just talking about politics. You won't get to see the real science. And we can also put a block on the website so that people can't freely view that as well. And you know what? You know by me saying these things that these days are numbered for free view. Okay? You want to support what we do here? You want to gain the access to information your local governments and mainstream organisations are giving you, then you're going to have to pay. You know, the days are now well and truly absolutely fucking numbered. Links down there.